Hello, my name is Bill Bones and today...
Yeah, you've seen the title. Onimusha series is influenced by Resident Evil settings, where you have to lick every corner of a malicious mansion, looking for bits and bobs and fight zombie-like demons. It's also about samurais, ladies, berserk atmosphere and Jin Reno. Yep, he is involved in the later games, but the first game starts in the Japanese period around the 1560s of the great Nobunaga Oda's war against other clans to unify Japan under his clan. Indeed, he was a controversial war leader, some may say tyrant, nonetheless a significant part of Japan's history. So Capcom wanted to make him the main antagonist of the game and killed him in the first cutscene by an arrow. Seeing this, the lonely samurai is attacked by Nobunaga's soldiers. He beats everybody down with a wooden stick because those puny NPCs don't worth unsheathing his sword. The enemies are destroyed, the warmongering tyrant is dead. End of the game. See you next time. Not so fast. After the battle, the overpowered samurai whose name is Samanosuke Akechi receives a letter from his cousin, princess of the Saitō clan and the foe of Nobunaga, Yuki. She is concerned about her servants' disappearances and strange rumors about monsters all over the place. Also, there is a battle music which is always playing in the background, as well as notifications she keeps seeing about her disability to sleep while enemies nearby. In conclusion, she asks for help, so Samanosuke is breaking the speed limit to reach his dearest one. He arrives in the castle, but Yuki is not there. Her guards assume that she might be somewhere in the keep nearby. Samanosuke calls his business colleague Kaede for help. Otherwise, where did she come from? A guard tells them about ways to reach the keep and they split up. Later, Samanosuke is ambushed by two ninjas in multivision goggles. One of them has got Princess Yuki. Such a lucky discovery. I wish all games were so fast. Well, now the game is finished for sure and bye-bye. Come on. The ground is shaking and a behemoth demon appears from beneath. He wants to deliver Princess Yuki in the keep for their evil plans. Samanosuke strings himself up to release a mighty blow upon a creature. But look, it's faster to get beaten and knocked out, to rise up to an Eye of Tiger song and slay every demon. Turns out he doesn't even need a beat. He is a descendant of the Onimusha clan of ogres who were fighting demons for centuries. So he gets an ancient artifact, Oni Gauntlet, to his right hand, which consumes the souls of demons and makes an owner stronger. Coming closer to the entrance of the building, there are dead bodies all over the place. Brainless zombies and brain-dead humans are fighting against one another. It's about time to use the new device. Samanosuke is heading to a secret passage to the keep where Princess Yuki might be. There he finds an orb which is absorbed by the gauntlet to grant power of thunder. It allows killing demons with style and open sealed doors. Samanosuke cannot enter the castle where Princess Yuki is captured, so he follows the path where doors can be opened. Basically, he is swimming with the stream. He swims up in a cave where Behemoth lives and now we are equal. No, we are fucking not, let me out! It doesn't open as I need another orb, damn. So I choose death then. Somehow I destroy this demon, free the passage and get tons of souls as tips to upgrade a weapon. Going ahead, Samanosuke faces a demon, Guildenstern, straight from Berserk pages or Shakespeare drama, or both. It's in charge of creating new genmas, local demons, for their army and currently it's working on a body making a brand new demon with tentacles. He shares a story about great Nobunaga who was resurrected. Samanosuke doesn't believe it and challenges Guildenstern, but the scientist is smart, so he flees while the samurai is distracted by a genma, Reynalda. Yeah, nice to meet you, Reynalda. After the battle with Reynalda, I've got a fire orb, and now I can infiltrate the keep. Inside, Samanosuke encounters Takechira Kinoshita, a member of Oda clan and Nobunaga's right hand. He's wrestling with an orphan boy, Yumimaru, who was raised by Yuki as a young brother. Yumimaru escapes and Takechira invites Samanosuke to join their Oda clan. But Mr. Akechi refuses, as he is in control of his own life and has to collect all fluorite stones to get funny costumes, also beat all floors of Ogre Tower to evoke powers of Ogre armor, upgrade all swords, open all puzzle chests. Later, Samanosuke approaches a door with a strange lock on it, suggesting a new task to leak every inch of this mansion in order to obtain a key or a splinter. Next, he sees Kaede, who is chasing after Yumimaru. They are asking questions why he's always running away, where did that Takichira touch him, and what's going on out here. The boy pushes Kaede away and escapes again.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Samanosuke.
Samanosuke sends Kaede after the boy and moves on. After 10 minutes she returns and tells the story I told you. He's wrestling with an orphan boy, Yumimaru, who was raised by Yuki as a young brother. But they question why Takichira needs a boy. I mean, samurais used to have a sexual relationship with their young male apprentices, and it was considered okay. In fact, even Nobunaga fell in love in his attendant. But here it's not an option. There is something else. Their thinking process is interrupted by closed doors behind them. Now they are trapped and need to pass through 4 quite engaging puzzles. I must say that 2 last of them are deadly. In case any of these characters die, you need to do everything again, which was dogging me for hours. Samanosuke gets trapped inside a metal box that is slowly filling with water. To stop it, Kaede has to solve a puzzle. Doing so, they are released. Kaede goes off to search for clues and find out a reason why demons captured Yuki and why they need Yumimaru. In another part of the keep, the ninja demon captured the boy, and when Samanosuke is trying to save him, he is stopped by Takichira. He is offering once again to join the Oda clan as demons on their side, so soon they will wipe the floor with their enemies. Samanosuke enters a psycho mode and tries to stab Takichira, but he swiftly jumps away and tells what happens with Yuki next. They need her as she is a pure heart, so her blood yields might. Demons will fill her skull with her own blood, whereafter Lord Nobunaga will drink it to open new powers and finally hold a victory over the Saitō clan to rule Japan once and for all. After finishing the story, Takichira has bought some time for demons to hide Yumimaru, so he escapes.
I will find you. And I will kill you.
Later, Samanosuke will find many letters about Alexander the Great and Genghis Khan, who also drank the blood of demons and acquired enormous powers, enough to conquer the world. On the top of the keep, Samanosuke hears the voice of Yumimaru, who is closed behind a door with a green seal, which means soon I will find a new weapon. Cool. This demon guards the orb, and it's not cool. Phew, chill man, chill. I've got a fast but weak weapon and a sleepy boy who is safe now. Kaede and Samanosuke put him in the safe room to have a rest, but he has a nightmare and begs for saving Princess Yuki. The samurai gives his word, also telling why Yuki took care of a boy, and by the magical script of Capcom, he is able to connect that story and the story of his own past that has nothing to do with it, making it mishmash. Well, anyway, he is striving for getting it off his chest, saying about his uncle, who pressured him to leave his own clan, making Samanosuke a ronin, or a masterless samurai wandering around the world. He saw many people who speak different languages and look differently. Wow! So what? However, he awakes interest in Yumimaru. After this touching story, a servant is running to their room, heavily breathing and talking about Princess Yuki's location. Samanosuke dispatches to find her in the underground. To enter the underground, Samanosuke needs 3 orbs. Thanks to me, he has it. A way to the basement is opened and he is going to investigate the place. From the books he learns why they need Yumimaru. Seeing him suffering, Yuki would be filled with sorrow, making her blood more efficient, and thus Nobunaga will be more powerful. There he finds plenty of Reynalda. My friend, I'm so glad to see you. Wow, now you can copy yourself from tentacles. The more friends, the more fun. Unfortunately, the party is over, in the room with a weird-looking obelisk, and Takichira hiding behind it. Third and the last time he invites Samanosuke to his clan. No! And receiving a refusal, he announces the beginning of a ceremony. A ray of unknown energy paralyzes Samanosuke, dragging him to the underworld, at the same time creating his Genma doppelganger, who later enters the safe room and, along with a servant, who is also on the side of demons, steals Yumimaru, knocking out Kaede. Now it's a real challenge. At first, when I saw letters about humans being no match for demons, I didn't believe it, but now, playing for Kaede, I perceived the truth and chose the only right tactics. Running away! Yes, she is stylish and can cut throats from behind, but not when you are surrounded by demons in a narrow alley. Also, she gets no souls for killing demons, so it's better to avoid fighting. After all the running to an epic tune, Kaede finds Yuki in the cage. She is fine for now. Also, she shares her thoughts about missing that time when Samanosuke used to live in the castle with her. She is sorry she couldn't go with her cousin when her father talked about it. She stayed as she is the princess and has responsibilities. Now she is sitting here in the cage waiting for sacrifice. Kaede is trying to lockpick the cage, but before she does it, Guildenstern slides out from the darkness and takes the princess with him. Behind, Kaede feels a demon presence, but she doesn't see it, as this Genma is invisible. It's a usual fiend for Samanosuke, but a boss for Kaede. I understand those guards from the beginning who lost to simple zombies. Sorry guys, you are not brain dead. You are just dead. After the battle she wants to warn them.
Have to tell him.
Whom? They are all captured. We see Samanosuke who woke up on the -2nd floor of the underground. In the caves. Deeper in this place, there is something slowly creeping out. It's a doppelganger of Samanosuke.
Come on, dude. Don't you have any hobbies? I need more power.
The winner picks up the key from a door with an organic-like seal and runs back to the keep. Behind the closed door, there is a lady servant carrying Yumimaru. She's surprised he made it so far, so he deserves a treat. She's putting off her clothes to turn into a huge demon wasp Hikuba. I didn't expect this coming, but I don't mind. But Samanosuke does. As he gets into a fighting stance, he cannot do anything under heavy gusts of wind caused by her wings and steps back, while Hikuba brings Yumimaru to the demon world through the summoned door. Neither the Ronin nor his partner can walk through. In order to do it, Samanosuke has to be a demon or to have a magical bow to destroy the seal. The bow is guarded by Hikuba and Samanosuke finds them. During the fight, I am cornered while shooting off smaller insects and Hikuba together. After some time she is beaten down, so Samanosuke takes the bow, however Hikuba doesn't give up so easily, exploding barrels around the building, which leads to her own failure. Arrived Kaede gives a hand saving her friend, and they both jump down into the lake. They find themselves lying on the shore, exhausted but alive. Yet, Kaede has lost too much power and cannot walk on her own. Samanosuke takes her to the safe room, expecting to provide security to her, but did you see what happened before? Later, speaking with a cameraman, he promises to save Yumimaru and Princess Yuki. Now he has only one way, straight to the demon world. He shoots an arrow to a demonic stone, and behind the doors faces Guildenstern. The Genma scientist is certain only demons can go further, as he has created something peculiar, a demon samurai from the roof, Mark II. Inside the demon world, there are all types of Genmas wandering around, looking for the next victim. In the depth of this place, Samanosuke finds crying for help Yumimaru and Yuki, bound by tentacles. He hears a burst of sinister laughter by something called itself Fortinbras, cobra-like demon with a bad breath, claiming it's a king of demons. It opens an eye on its forehead and welcomes Nobunaga downstairs for dinner. For drinking Yuki's blood and becoming a ruler of Japan. Fortinbras shoots energy at Yuki, weakening her and preparing for the ceremony. I really like this battle. It looks like a platformer boss battle in a 3D game. When it's finished, Kaede finds Samanosuke, and they release Yuki and the boy. When they escape the place, Yumimaru turns around to look at the malicious creature that lets Samanosuke's guard down. In fact, Fortinbras had some life energy left, so it grabs the Ronin, breaking his bones. Ex-hostages save their life, however Samanosuke spits a considerable amount of blood out of his mouth, and it spills on the ogre gauntlet. The chemical or magical reaction of tomato juice activates the hidden force of the artifact. It releases a blow, exploding Fortinbras's hand. Samanosuke becomes Onimusha. First, he cuts the demon's hand in half and then performs eye surgery. Nobunaga comes down right at the moment when the operation is over. He sees naked Samanosuke. A spark. Love, never mind. The building starts dangerously shaking. Columns and stones collapse on their heads and the screen goes black. In the background, we hear a voice that explains that the leader of the Saitō clan died the following year, and Nobunaga's army crashed Saitō's every last member. Yet, they never found Yuki. It's still unknown as to whether demons were involved. Yuki left her home and moved to a baron, a family friend, and later with his blessing she left in a ship to see the world. Yumimaru accompanied her as Samanosuke wanted to. Kaede desperately tried to find Samanosuke after the battle with 14 Brass, but never found him, and after 14 years died in a war. In the end scenes we see Samanosuke, who watches the horizon and walks away, alive and well. That's the end. But the start of a new year, so I wish you to have this year full of pleasant achievements, happy moments and warm memories. Do not be afraid to start anything you wanted before and try not to give up on it, even if you feel so. Work until you see the first positive results and you will be thankful to yourself later. Or at least won't regret trying. See you later, thanks a lot for watching, please subscribe to my channel and give a like. Thanks and Happy New Year!